Hi everyone, this is Nibiru Watcher. It's September 20th, 2016, and you're looking at today's photo of Nibiru, and it's plasma tail. And I have, at the same time, this is over Switzerland. We also have it over in Germany. So let's look at this spider, someone want to call it, but that's plasma. And that's the point of this video. Just stay tuned. I will not be boring you. There's not a spot on lens. This thing is for real. Yeah. At 2200 hours, look at the time frame here. All's at the same time over Europe. Not a time to be hanging outside. Definitely not a time to be golfing. Okay. And over this lake here, I don't even know how to pronounce this, but you've got the same shape at the same time. And so let me just run a backwards time lapse on that. And yeah, look at that thing move around, right? Spot on length. Well, don't need to hammer that one anymore. Let me yeah, that's a backwards time lapse. It just keeps showing up, right? That's just one of the points I wanted to make, if I can stop this thing. So there it was in this video. So here you have it, hovering over. This is just a couple hours ago. Now, the reason why, before I show you that, let me show you something else. Heck, let's just jump right into it. So here is some archive, thanks to a subscriber, Joy. Her name is Joy. It has been a great help showing me in the archives. And, you know, I've seen this before. I just discounted it. And now, after understanding how plasma works and what this planet's made of, this is Nibiru. These are the charged plasma particles, and I believe to be positive and negative. Don't know which is which, but they're opposites. As they come off the axis, only the plasma can escape the high gravity of this cesium planet, spinning at 36,000 miles an hour in its highly eccentric orbit around Nemesis. So people say it's traveling so fast, why didn't it leave already? Because it's traveling fast around a slow-moving sun called Nemesis. Highly eccentric orbit, that's just a fancy way of saying it orbits around Nemesis, the second sun, our sun's binary sun, the fourth planet in it, like a comet. It comes in very steep at a sharp angle, like straight at it, and almost collides and then spins back out. Dave Dobb has been documenting it, saying the same thing. It is in a sloppy 200-day orbit around Nemesis. And the next time we expect to see it, according to his last sighting from Dave Dobb's channel, it should be here roughly October 27th, which I find interesting because that's only 13 days difference than my October 12th Yom Kippur date. So in his estimates, he's been 2 weeks to a couple days off. Who knows? Let's watch the next video. Shame. So here. Yeah, what is that? An electric fence? Yeah, that's a fence. Why is it purple? Why is it all lit up like that? Look at that. Did you see that? Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That just looks like neon. I find it very peculiar because that is ultraviolet color and light, the same color you expect from a high voltage source. Perfectly straight, seems to be traveling along the fence line, highly charged. Someone on a bike, too straight, right? Yeah, it isn't a 30-second exposure rate, but if that would have been something like, I expect this to be a little bumpier, by the way. So, and it only appears for a short time. You can see how it only disappears So something to keep an eye out for in the next couple of videos. So let's watch. And one thing you'll also notice that this is all taking place at approximately between 2200 hours and 30 minutes before midnight. So if you're in Germany, I would not be walking around in the dark at this hour. Now, this one I think is going to blow you away. Same time, just as 2300 hours. Now I want you to keep your eyes right here. Okay, so see that little glow here? What is that? Kind of mysterious, isn't it? Look a little purple, bluish. Well, the thing about plasma is it's not, you can actually have electric current, but it's only visible if you have enough of it to see it. So let's watch the next moment, because it's exactly what you expect. As the current increases to a point, it breaks a flash point and it closes the circuit, and you get this. What the heck is that? What's going on here, people? That is not a fence line. I want you to also notice the circular fashion you would expect in a current. The presence of magnetic fields. Now, Birkeland currents is really something you'd expect in outer space. It's, I'll explain that in the next shot. But I'm just showing you for this. In Birkeland currents, there's actual pictures. They've actually seen this at the North and South Pole of our sun. That's exactly, these are basically galactic transmission lines that give our sun its electron energy in the giant galactic circuit, because mainstream science has been lying to us again. It's not a nuclear furnace. These are the Birkeland currents. These are present, and it feeds our sun and other galactic. The entire galactic system is interconnected with these. They're visible. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. But if there's enough current, it's actually visible, like you see in a lot of these Hubble space telescopes. See here? Birkeland currents. The presence of magnetic fields. See them twisting around each other as current travels through the center. And then I'll explain the next. Now let's look at this one. So we saw this electric effect, and I'm saying that there is no explanation for that other than that's electricity. You get enough of it, it's called plasma, the fifth state of matter. And we will now see this reoccurring, always at the same time, always in the presence of Nibiru. Yeah, you're skeptics, right? Well, why does it keep happening? Look at this one in broad daylight. Do you see that? Let me zoom in on that one for you. We're going to go back. Here's our planet, by the way. Here you go. I think that these plasmas is actually has the negative and positive side on both sides, and then it arcs in the middle like a battery. Gets too close, it'll have a reaction, and zap, there you go. And if it hits a fence, it'll light that thing up like a light bulb filament. Are you seeing that, people? Do you see that? Electric arcing right through the atmosphere, probably off one tree branch to another. And this, you've ever seen electricity? I have. By the way, it takes 250,000 volts to push that kind of voltic pressure across just 5 feet. That's got to be over 1 million. And here is Nibiru. Yeah, you call it a spider? Well, hold on a second. Let's look closer at this plasma spitting color changing spider. Do you see stars through it? Yeah. Why? Because there is light bending technology in outer space. How does that work? Well, remember, light bending technology only bends light. It doesn't bend shadows. It's out of focus. So let me explain again how that works. I did a demonstration on my other video. Just watch the demonstration. You can actually do this yourself. Light is only visible at the convergence point. These are in outer space, approximately 400 kilometers out or 248 miles in outer space, held like a satellite, like a solar sail. There's a series of these, like a telescope, aimed at our Earth. The other side facing the planets they want to hide. The planet would be out here. It gets diverged. You would have seen it here if this was on the Earth, but nope. Instead, it's 100 miles above the Earth, so you can't see it. The light continues to bend around it. When it hits the Earth, you simply don't get to see it. But you see funny, strange-looking orbs and other strange phenomena that they want to call lens flares. So let's go back to this one. And why we see the stars through it, because you will see the background, the diverging light has deflected the planet from your eyes. It basically bends around it. There's plenty of videos on it. I have mine. It's not too complicated, actually. Now, did that spider just change colors? Green? White? Oh, no, there's your spider web. No, not a spider web. A little too perfect. By the way, look at the color on this thing. Look how perfect these rings are. No, that's the telescope reflecting straight at us. The concentric rings from this telescope as it creates that infinite. Well, kind of like when you look in a mirror with two mirrors, you get that infinite reflection, and that's basically what this is. And notice everything's light up. Where's the light coming from? Well, this is a hot planet. We're seeing it in the infrared spectrum. The eyes can't see in the infrared spectrum. This would be invisible with the naked eye. But this is a Canon EOS 1100D. It is capable of doing it. Go get yourself one. Let's keep watching. Oh, how many colors does it change? It just changed red. Excuse me, green. More electricity. Zap. Right? Let's look at that again. How could I have missed that? Thank you, Joy. You are a great help. There's many more of these to go over. If you look at the archives at the same time, you will find more. You will even find ones arcing out into space, these strange beams of light, which I believe the plasma, as it arcs across the surface of the Earth, does some interesting thing, like the 323 reindeer that suddenly died in Norway. And soon after that, 300, how does that happen, right? Lightning, yeah, horizontal plasma, and then how many cattle suddenly died? 19 cows under a tree. Well, it would see that lightning arcing between these two trees here, zap, and that lightning could easily take these things anything near that thing. But not look at all that water in there too, right? They didn't have a chance, poor cows. Dead fish, birds falling out of the sky. I think that could be the reason for some of these very strange death. Lightning kills everywhere because we have plasma isn't from our solar system. It's been arcing out on us this whole time. Here's an old video that I created a couple weeks ago. Again, the near infrared spectrum. We see this planet here. Some of you have seen this before. And again, we can see as this thing approaches in its comet-like approach to Nemesis. And please, you need to see this in HD so that you can see the electrical nature of this planet. So that is all for now. I hope to show you more plasma in the future if time permits, Lord willing. See you at the Lord's Supper. Please like and share this video. Thank you.